Hello friends, in this video let's see about the truths about previous birth and rebirth. Are they really there? And we will try to see it in a scientific approach, it in a more scientific way. I hope this video is one of the most interesting videos for all of you. So first let us assess about the rebirth. So in the first place, why do we even have rebirth? What is the purpose of having a rebirth? Why should even some have a rebirth in the first place? So most commonly the reason which will be given is we have committed so much of sins in this lifetime. So all the sins, all those pava cannot be resolved in the single lifetime. So we have to take multiple lifetimes just to resolve that pava is what the explanation given by most of us. And this statement that the enlightenment cannot be achieved in a single birth, we have to born again and again and again, multiple births we have to take, then only we can remove all these sin imprints and finally we can achieve the enlightenment. This statement has been constantly reiterated and it has been imbibed, it has been made forcefully imbibed into everyone's mind, which is a wrong concept. In the first place, I will tell you. So previously we have clearly seen there is no pava or punya. So what is our pava or punya? They are the effects. So if I do a bad action, you are saying, then there will be a pava which will be generated, which will be stored and which will cause me bad effects. That's what you are saying, right? We have clearly seen the action is not responsible for the effect. It is only the thought pattern, which is the metabiocognition behind the action which causes the effect. Because if I am a doctor, if I am injecting, if I am cutting open the abdomen, if I am breaking the bones, if I am sticking the bones, if I am causing pain to a person, if I am causing a distress to a person, if I am causing anxiety to a patient, if I am causing if I am making their life so stressful also, despite the fact I am doing a action which is causing stress in the people, it doesn't produce me pava because it produces me punya. It is not because of the action as such which I have did causes this result. It is because of the thought current. It is because of the metabiocognition behind the action which produces the effect. So there is nothing called pava or punya. There is nothing called karma. It is only the metabiocognition behind the action is stored, is retained within us, which causes the effects, which causes either prosperity in life or poverty in life. It causes based on the metabiocognition, entire life is run. So this is clear, right? So if such is the case, only the metabiocognition is stored, which is the memory of all the four layers of the body. So what are the panchakosas? One is the physical body, another one is the mind, and the third one is the energy body, which is called as the pranamaya kosa, and the fourth one is called as the vijnanamaya kosa, which is the collective effect of all the human beings, the people around us, and finally is the anandamaya kosa, which is the soul. So Vijnanamaya kosa finally says like everything is an atom, everything is a combination of atoms. The things which you see around you is everything a part of you, because whatever the things you are made of, everything is made of the almost of the same things. In the simple terms, you can understand it as an environment. So first thing, if I decided to punish, for example, if I have committed so much of sins in my life, if God has decided because of the pava which I have committed, God has decided to punish me. So I am composed of these 5 layers. So of these 5 layers, this soul is beyond purity and impurity. This is not even considering anything. It is beyond life and death. So this is out of the question. I cannot punish the soul, obviously. So the next thing comes is the physical body. So this physical body acts as a tool for this metabiocognition to function. As such, this physical body, although I use this hand to kill someone, this hand is like the arrow which has performed, but it is the archer who has shot the arrow should be punished, right? So it is the metabiocognition behind this physical body is responsible. So this physical body, no point in punishing this physical body. Okay? So the next thing is the mind. So once I am dead, this mind is also dead. Then how can I even punish the mind? So obviously I cannot punish the mind. So once I am dead, the prana energy is also lost. How can I even punish it? Obviously it is not possible, right? Then the vijnanamaya kosa, it is of the essential nature of everything. I cannot even punish this also. So finally, the only one thing which I can hold accountable for the sins which I have committed is only this metabiocognition. Already we have seen in this previous video. Please definitely go and watch that video. In that video we have seen this metabiocognition is an abstract thing. We cannot even pinpoint a location where it is present. We cannot even say how much it is, how much grams it is weight, what is the size of it. Nothing we can say about it. This is like a very very abstract concept. It is like a form of memory. So if we have to punish this, how this is going to be passed? This metabiocognition, I have told you, it is formed in 3 phases. So one thing is before birth, and the next thing is from birth till now, and whatever the thing that is going to happen from now on, it is going to be formed, it is going to be altered. So before birth, whatever it is, that is I have called it as innate proclivism, and from birth till now I have called it as acquired proclivism, and from this point onwards, and whatever the thing that is going to be generated in the future which is going to alter the metabiocognition is called as yet to be acquired proclivism. So this innate proclivism, I have already given you the example of the 2-year-old child. So if a 2-year-old child, if you ask them to share the toy, one child is sharing, another child is not sharing. No one has taught what to be done. They are experiencing this for the very first time in life, but despite that they have some kind of pattern, they have some kind of decision which they are already taking without the impact of the environment. This actually comes from the innate characteristics. This innate metabiocognition, this proclivism is acquired from our parents. So this metabiocognition of me, which has to be whole responsible for it, it is transferred as the innate metabiocognition. So if such is the case, then how this innate metabiocognition is formed? So if my memory even before birth, so before birth I have a kind of memory. So for example, even if I am shaking my legs like this constantly, so this is not something which I have consciously built. I want to shake my legs. This is not something which has been taught physically to me also. This is something which comes as a nature. For example, if my father does the same thing, like I am doing it, so most of the times you say like he is doing like his father, he is doing like his mother. So this happens because, not because of something is taught, but because of the nature it is being transmitted. So this transmitted kind of metabiocognition, this transmitted kind of memory is what I call this innate memory. So 50% of this comes from your parents. So of this innate metabiocognition which you have, 50% of this comes from your parent. In the similar way, if you trace it back, this innate memory starts from the single cell organism. So whatever the metabiocognition of the single cell organism was there, it was transmitted till now, till the point you are currently now. So right now I have the memory of the first organism which have originated in the universe. Then the next question will be like, do I have the memory to swim like a fish? Of course you have a memory to swim like a fish, but why can't I swim? The next question is, so the impact of this thing is like very minimal, that it will never impact your life. So what is that thing that is going to impact? So the impact of the previous 7 generations, or the imprint of those previous 7 generations are heavily imprinted on you. So how this is possible? So I will tell you. Suppose consider, so your memory, your metabiocognition has been 50% has been come from your parents. Why it is not 100% from my parents? Because it is only the 50% of their nature, because rest of the 50% which comes from, even for them, it has come from their grandparents, it has come from their own parents. So that's why our grandparents contribute about 25%. So for them it has come from their great grandparents, which contributes about 12.4%. So if you further go beyond, it will be 6.25%, then it will be 3.125%, then it might be then roughly I am putting 1.5%, and it is like around 0.75%. Right now we have crossed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 generations. By the time you have come to the 7th generation, it has been around like 0.75% of their impact is there in you, which is like very minimal. It is only your grandparents and your parents contributing to 75% of your memory, which significantly impacts you. Then rest of the 0.75%, if you go trace back, go beyond, it goes till the first organism that has arisen in the universe. So just see how much minuscule impact it will be having. It will never be able to express itself to you. Okay, so this is the thing which has been told. So apart from that, so the next thing which comes is people usually say, so if I have committed some sins, so it is passed through the next generation, it is passed through my offspring. Okay, I accept the concept. Then your next question is like, what if I have committed so much sins and I don't have a children, then how it will be passed? This is the next question you are asking. So usually there is nothing which has to be held accountable, nothing which has to be held accountable for such kind of things which is done. It is only the metabiocognition, which is an expression of the Devi herself. Whatever the thing that is happening in the world, it is an expression of the Devi herself. Whether it is someone is killing someone else, or whether it is someone helping someone grow in their life, all these things are nothing but the expression of the Devi. So it is only the metabiocognition which is responsible for it. So usually just think, if a person doesn't have any offspring and he is 70 years old, what will be his thought pattern? He won't even have any ambition, he won't even have any energy in his life to strongly hold on. So at that time, even if you have committed some amount of acts, everything will be like dissipated. It doesn't hold any amount of it doesn't have any amount of energy to impact someone else. So one thing is the individual's metabiocognition, which we have understand. There is something else called as the universal consciousness, which has the metabiocognition. It is like the master copy. It is like the master copy of whatever the things. We are the individual copies, the master copy of all of the things. What that has been thousands of years back also, whatever the people have thought, and after till now whatever the people are thinking, everything will be stored over there. So this, if these people are old, their energy is less, this metacognition which is stored in the universal consciousness doesn't make much impact. It doesn't have any energy to make impact on other people. But usually people ask, so if people are reciting Bhagavad Gita at very young age, which no one has taught them also, like they start reciting at 3 years of age. At 3 years of age, they have started playing Veena on their own without no one teaching them. How it is even possible? So that time, if I am 70 years old, so if I have so much of passion, if I had so much of ambition in my life, like I wanted to do it, even after 70 years of my entire career, I am not able to achieve it. But even at the time of death also, I still strongly hold to that idea. This thing has to be brought to the entire world available. For example, if I know the science of enlightenment, so in my lifetime I try to make the science of enlightenment available to everyone. But during my lifetime it was not possible. So but still this thought current will strongly persist in the universal consciousness. So in this, for example, even if I am knowing all these stuffs, where does all these stuffs come from? This has been taught by someone else already. Their metabiocognition is already there in the universe. It finds a path of least resistance whose metabiocognition is most closely aligned to it. It finds through them and it expresses through them. For example, all this knowledge someone has already thought. They wanted to make this thoughts available to the entire world for the upliftment of the mankind, but during their birth it has not been possible. Then it would have been got through some other person, then that would not have been also possible. In that way it will keep on coming again and again for multiple generations till it achieves its purpose. It has been strengthened by enough number of people, so it will definitely achieve its purpose. It finds its expression. For example, if you are watching this video and you are not aligned with this concept, you are opposing this concept, so this metabiocognition cannot find a way expression through yourself, because you yourself will resist its expression. But if it finds its expression through my way, I am accepting it, so it finds its expression through me. But if some other concept comes through me, I might resist it, so that metabiocognition will find its expression through some other person whose path is of least resistance to it. In this way multiple people get, so that's how few people at a very young age understand so much things. They grow very fast in life because of this thing, so they have that receptivity which is available to think. So this we have understood. So apart from that, the next thing is like ghost catching. So you will usually see the people would have been caught by ghosts. So what is the reason which you are giving for this thing, you might ask. This is also because of the metabiocognition. So this metabiocognition of old people has lost its prana, lost its energy, so it cannot find its expression. But there is something called as bad kind of death. What is that? anyone who has committed suicide, anyone who has been killed, anyone who has drank poison and has been dead, anyone who has been attacked by animal or poisonous animal and has been dead, anyone who has suffered a trauma and dead. So in all this drowning, electrocuting, all these forms of death, what happens is, when I am young, when the life energy is so full life energy is fully vibrant, but still what happens at this point of time, this physical body is not capable enough to hold this life energy, so the life energy leaves. So that time the strong life energy along with the metabiocognition finds its expression in it through someone else. You got it right? So in the similar way, if a person becomes old there, so if I am dying, because my energy, my biomagnetism gradually depletes over a period of time, by that time the metabiocognition also loses its complete effort. So but when I am young, if I am dying, all of a sudden I had so much of things to accomplish. I wanted to get married, I wanted to get children, I want to grow my children, I want to build a house. I had so much of things to be done. Whether it is a mundane thing or whether it is a great thing doesn't matter. When the biomagnetism is full of energy, when it is lost, all of a sudden it has its power to come again. That's why usually it is the young people, whenever you ask a ghost, they say like very young age. So it's because this energy has so much of this metabiome pattern has so much of energy. So and usually it also finds its expression through a person who is receptive. So if you are receptive to ghost catching, you catch a ghost. It's not because of so we are becoming receptive to that, that's why we are receiving it. This is the thing which we should understand. Instead of giving multiple other circumstances and trying to analyze this concept, I will just simply finish this video by saying there is no rebirth, there is no previous birth. For example, I will simply give you an example. If I have got a 10 lakh amount of debt and if I have not paid it back, I have committed a sinful act. So do you think I should be punished in the hell, or that act which I have committed, is it going to affect my children? The person who has given the debt, he will hold account of my child rather than punishing me. If I have been dead, nothing is hold accountable of me. It is only my son who is hold accountable for the sinful act which I have done. So this metabiocognition is transmitted into the next generation, which is hold accountable, and it's not being continued in the next generation. So there is nothing called as previous birth or rebirth. This is my final opinion. You can do your own analysis and you can find your own solutions. Hope this video was useful for you. So if you find this video useful, please give a like, and apart from that, if you would like to hear such topics, please subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we will find out what is Shiva and what is Shakti. Understanding of this basic concept helps us to build much higher concept in the future. So in the next video, we will see about that. I hope this video was useful for you. So I will see you in one another useful video like this. Until then, it's Dr. Aravind signing off. Prosper in internal truth.